So we're about 2 months away from the iPhone 16 event here. Everything from the final design to new features like the capture button and major upgrades to both the screen size and even a bigger battery. So we've been hearing for months that the iPhone 16 is going to get this brand new button right below the power button, and it's going to be called the capture button. This will mimic the functionality of a traditional DSLR camera shutter button. This button is being added not only to the Pro lines, but also the base models as well. Apple wants photography, and specifically spatial video and photography, to be a big focus on this year's iPhones. That's why we're going to be getting stacked cameras on the baseline iPhones as well as this year. This will enable the ability to take any photo that you take on the new line of iPhones and be able to view them while you're using the Vision Pro headset. Photography has always been a big focus for Apple, and that continues this year as well, with major upgrades to the iPhone 16 Pro Max's camera, which is said to have a brand new, higher quality Sony sensor. Photography has always been a big focus for Apple, and that continues this year with the major upgrades to the iPhone 16 Pro Max's camera, which is said to have a higher quality Sony sensor, which will feature a stacked design for better performance, an analog to digital converter for better dynamic range and noise control, all of the things that cameras are really good for. All of these features are powered by the new A18 chip, which according to a new report from Mac Rumors, says that all of the new iPhone 16 models will have the same generation of chip, unlike the iPhone 14 and 15 models, which we've had over the past 2 years. Starting with the iPhone 14 series, only the Pro and the Pro Max models got upgraded chipsets. One thing that I found really interesting about this report is that there's 5 different model numbers listed, and we know 4 of them are for the 4 upcoming models for the iPhone 16 lineup. That leaves us with one mystery chipset that we have no idea what that is, and I believe that it might be the iPhone SE that we've been hearing about for years now. Traditionally, the iPhone SE has recycled both the chipset and the design of older iPhones, but with the announcement of Apple Intelligence, Apple is going to be upgrading the iPhone SE to the latest chipset. This is because Apple wants everyone to be able to use Apple Intelligence, and since the iPhone SE doesn't get upgraded every year, Apple is going to future-proof this year's iPhone SE. Speaking about future-proofing, Apple is exploring a brand new battery replacement method with the iPhone 16 line to get ahead of the looming EU regulation that will mandate that smartphone manufacturers must allow phone batteries to be easily replaced by owners by the end of 2027. According to sources, Apple is going to be using a brand new adhesive method that would use electricity-induced debonding tech that would allow users to remove the iPhone battery more easily. The current method, which has been in place since 2007, uses flimsy, easily breakable adhesive strips in the phone to keep the battery secure, and it is a nightmare for repairs. Looking into this a little further, Apple is going to be replacing the adhesive coating on the battery with a brand new sheet of metal that will achieve 2 things at the same time. One, make the iPhone easier to repair and swap out the battery for, but will also allow for a higher capacity battery to fit inside the iPhone 16. We've heard the battery will get roughly about 5 to 10% larger, which is a win for everybody. The iPhone batteries are not the only thing that are getting an increase in size this year. According to display leaks, the iPhone 16 screen sizes will also be getting slightly bigger, with a brand new 6.3 inch and a 6.9 inch size. These new display sizes are supposed to be the best looking displays ever on an iPhone. These displays are being manufactured by Samsung and will increase brightness and longevity of the displays. The brightness of the display is supposed to be going up to 1200 nits, which compared to the iPhone 15, which has a 1000 nit peak brightness, is about a 20% increase if true. And finally, the final feature that's coming to the iPhone 16 lineup this year is the addition of Wi-Fi 7 to all phone models this year. This is one of the least important changes coming this year, but Wi-Fi 7 is more consistent and has a lower latency, higher capacity for devices running at the same time on the same network. It is nice to see this on this year's iPhones because they will keep Apple up to pace with current standards.